I'm Dr. Myrto, a Managing Director and Partner at the Boston Consulting Group, and I'm also the Healthcare Practice Lead for London, Amsterdam and Brussels. The panel I chaired focused on learnings from COVID and R&D, and we're exploring several themes, particularly around clinical trial conduct, the regulatory flexibilities that we saw during COVID, as well as the ability and the openness to really use real-world evidence much more than we have done in the past. From my perspective, the most important lessons we learned from COVID are the importance of digitization, I think, in clinical trials to really reduce the burden that we place on patients, make it much easier for them to stay in clinical trials. The second is really how to leverage regulatory flexibilities, whether it's in the conduct of clinical trials or actually the way that the data is being reviewed by regulators to get access as quickly as possible. And lastly, to explore real-world evidence and how to use that to, again, reduce clinical trial burden. So in terms of clinical trial conduct, I think we can engage the healthcare ecosystem much more, leverage real-world evidence much more, looking at synthetic control arm trials to reduce the burden on patients. We can also use different digitization tools like e-consent forms to make it much easier for patients to participate and data to be collected remotely. And we can also work much more closely with regulators to really explore rolling reviews, explore flexibilities in clinical trials, and really help to harmonize globally what the requirements are.